There is a common trait that you'll find in people who are extremely successful, and that is they don't rely on any sort of luck to get them from where they are to where they want to be. Because sometimes luck is on your side, but most of the time it's probably not. Instead, they create their own luck. So, how is that done exactly?
Well, the most important aspect to achieving anything is volume. And what I mean by volume is just the amount of time and effort that you put into something. There are some things that volume affects, and there are other things that volume really affects. And your skill level as a rider is one of those things that volume really affects. So, what is an example of that?
Well, let's say I want to learn a 12 o'clock wheelie because I do, and that's something that I'm actively working on. In one example, over the course of a month, I spend 10 total hours practicing a 12 o'clock wheelie. Would it be reasonable for me to have achieved that 12 o'clock wheelie with that amount of volume? Probably not. In fact, it would be unreasonable for me to have achieved it with that amount of volume. But then, in another example, I spend 200 hours over the course of 2 years practicing and attempting a 12 o'clock wheelie. Would it be reasonable for me to have achieved it with that amount of volume? Yes, it would. In fact, I'd probably be really comfortable with the 12 o'clock wheelies by then.
In another example, there's two guys, both of them set a 5-year deadline to make it as a pro motocross rider. One guy goes to the track every weekend and does laps for 2 hours a day. That's 4 total hours a week and 1,040 hours total of those 5 years. The other guy goes to the track every day for 2 hours. That's 14 total hours a week and 3,640 total hours of those 5 years. Which of those two riders would it be more reasonable for them to be faster and make it as a pro by the end of those 5 years? Well, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. I'm sure most of you have something that you want to achieve in your riding, whether it be a 12 o'clock wheelie so you can get an awesome looking profile picture on social media, or trying to make it as a pro. Well, with the right amount of volume, you very easily could achieve those things. In fact, with enough volume, it would be unreasonable for you to not achieve those things. In all honesty, it's not as hard and as scary as you may think. In fact, it's actually just really boring. Going to the same track every day, putting in lap after lap for years, it's just really boring. But is it scary? No. Is it hard? Also no. But it is what's going to get you to achieve what you want to achieve and overall just make your life feel worth living.